think this is a really difficult question to answer because the issues I see are so intertwined that choosing just one is kind of impossible. You cannot separate those. But what I personally believe to be one of the biggest ones is that when we see something that fits within our worldview, we take it at face value. We don't critically think about it, we don't examine it. That can just close us in those echo chambers and bubbles we cannot get out of.
I think there are more than one issues with the media, but I think one of the biggest problems that we have is that there is too much of content, and I think that for people it's really hard to get to know which content is the serious one, a good one, and also as there is a problem with funding media, some of the really good media that has really very good content, like true, like proven or anything, with a very high journalist standard is under paywall. So it's very hard to get to very good content for a lot of people and for the broad public. So I think that's the luxury of having too much content give us in the end some kind of deprivation of having not that much of good content.
Well, even though I know a lot about social bubbles and I know a lot of theory, I know that I'm stuck as well. I come from a countryside and I study in a big university city, and I can see that all of my friends has some kind of opinion or some things. And then sometimes when I go back home to the village and I hear opinions of my parents or people living in the village, I realize that they live completely different life than I do. For example, they read different kind of media, they have different kind of information, and therefore they have totally different opinion on controversial topics such as gender-based issues or climate change or refugees and things like that. So every time when I go back home, I see that actually what I'm living in is not the only bubble that exists. And actually, I'm glad that I come from the village and I can experience these different kind of opinions, because it's kind of for my opinion to be more objective, let's say, or to see that there are other people than just my social bubble. And that's probably what I would recommend to other people as well, not to be stuck in their bubbles, but try to go out of it sometimes, even though it's really uncomfortable to do that.
I think it starts at schools, because even the teachers themselves, as far as I know, some of them don't really have the media literacy. So they invite, for example, very strange groups of people to give lectures to kids that are like fake news or hoaxes or very hateful kind of driven lectures, and because it somehow convey with the feelings that the teachers have, then they don't find it strange to organize something like that. So I think it starts at school, but it starts with those who should probably know a little bit more about it. It's very important to teach the literacy of media, because I was surprised in my practice how many of people don't really know how to, for example, find truthful information, how to check if something is fake news or not, and they are very easy to get manipulated.
Yes, I definitely believe it could help. I think it's nowadays, because there's so much information everywhere, no one can actually control what you consume but yourself, so it's necessary that people have the tools to figure out what information can be trusted, what is disinformation themselves. So it would definitely help, or it could help, because if people don't know how to interact with media, that can lead to serious problems, like with people disbelieving climate change, or genuinely just hurting queer people because they don't understand.
By debating, we actually have to face different opinions, and if we debate like in a school or in some project, it's kind of training for the real life, and we can learn how to debate, and then we can debate with other people. And by debating other people, we can enrich ourselves with other opinions, other point of views on different topics. So I think that debating can be really helpful and beneficial for people. I think that there is a big problem that we really want to speak up and that we want to share our opinion, but we rarely listen to other people. So the basic start should be active listening. We should really listen to other people, and we should really try to hear what they need or what they want to say, rather than trying to find a quick answer on or quick argument on their arguments. So first of all, listen to each other and really honestly trying to understand their point of view, their background, and how did they come up with such an argument, etc. And then of course giving space to each other, but also being able to say if we are actually on a good side in the debate, meaning be open to maybe change our opinion, because maybe our opinion also is not based on real facts. So not just being critical to other person, but also being critical to ourselves. We don't have to win every debate. We can leave debate also without no result, and it's okay.